Pack 3 of our black-white drafting here. And it looks like Murderous Cut is the clear pick. Just like best uncommon in the set. I think I mentioned that in the previous video. Passing up a Scourge Barons, which is relevant, because I would really want this for my deck. I guess it's less, like I would want it less than a Jungle Hollow or a Blossoming Sands, just because I'm trying to splash this Ascendancy. But like I still would prefer, like I would take any dual land in my colors at this point. I just can't take it over a Murderous Cut because this card's too good. Flying Crane Technique. Well, now I'm definitely taking the Scourge Barons. It's a pretty weak pack for us. It's only a Smite the Monstrous I would consider, but we've already got some pretty decent removal at 4 mana and up between the other end, the cut, and the right. Plus we have a kill shot, but that, like I said, still might not make our deck, depending on what we're looking like. We're looking pretty low on creatures here, so this pack I need to kind of prioritize creatures, start taking 2 and 3 drops. Wow. This is tough. I want this Jungle Hollow, I want this Kieran, I want this Nightblade, I want this Debilitating Injury. But I think I'm going to go with the Injury. This card's just super good in an aggro deck. Get their early blockers out of the way, and considering everyone's playing Grey Ogres in this format, you just get huge tempo advantages from this card. I mean, if I took a creature, it would be like the Nightblade probably, so it's not like we're missing out on like massive tempo in the early game, because this thing is more of a late game card anyway. We've got plenty to do in the late game. So despite the fact that I'm low on creatures, I think I'm taking that here. Ugh. This is kind of brutal. No playable creatures in our colors. There's a Take Up Arms, which works well with our Chief of the Edge and our Rush of Battle, and our Seeker of the Way, so it might be actually reasonable in our deck. And I guess the Abzan Ascendancy, assuming we're playing this, which is still not a given. I mean, there's really nothing else for us. I don't think I'd be playing Bitter Revelation in this deck anyway, so despite the fact that I might not play it, I will take the Take Up Arms. Ugh, it's brutal. Still no creatures that we want. We could take an Abzan Banner to fix our mana, but we're like hurting really badly on the creature front, so I think I have to take the slightly worse card. Wow, this is terrible. Once again, nothing playable. I'm almost tempted to just take a Morph here and throw it in my deck, knowing that I'm never going to be able to flip it up, just because I need the Grey Ogre, which feels really, really bad. I'm just going to bite the bullet and hope I don't have to do that at all. Man, there's just nothing for us. Take the fixing. Yeah, there's just like nothing. It's terrible. Dazzling Ramparts, is this card even worthwhile? Probably not. Ugh. Yeah, this did not end up well for us, I'm sorry to say. Wow. I'm not playing that. I'm not really playing any of these. I'll just take the Parapet, I guess. King Tree Warden. There's a decent chance it makes it into our deck, unfortunately. Ooh, Abzan Guide is making our deck. So that was a slight reprieve there. Scout the Borders is actually kind of interesting in this spot. Normally I don't like it, but given that we're so low on creatures, it kind of acts as both a non-creature spell for Seeker of the Way, and it'll dig us into a creature. I mean, I'm probably still not playing it, but you never know. Alright, so I'll come back for deck building and hopefully make something out of this mess. Right, here's the 40 ad I'm looking at right now. This isn't set in stone yet, but I've made some interesting decisions that I thought I'd clue you in on here. I'm playing 18 land, which is partly to do with the fact that we didn't end up with that many playables, and as you can see, I'm playing both of my Venerable Lamasu's, which I'm not very happy about, and I might end up cutting one right now, but I'm not totally sure yet. I feel like with this kind of deck, we're kind of incentivized to just play to our strength, which is the top end of our curve, because the lower end of the curve did not work out at all, which is brutal. But given that we have so much removal, like I might even bring this kill shot back in, even though I thought it wouldn't be good in our deck, but since we didn't end up aggro, that is not so much the case now. And I kind of wish I'd taken a Bitter Revelation now, but anyway. I'm looking right now if there's anything I want to change. Like, I kind of want to bring in the kill shot and play more of a controlling game. At the moment I'm playing 18 lands plus the banner, which is like a lot, obviously, but given that we have double Lamasu that we want to get to on time, I think it's very reasonable. And all of our cards have expensive activated abilities and all that good stuff. I'm playing 3 forests plus the Abzan banner for green mana, and we only need it for the Ascendancy and sometimes the Abzan Guide. So if we look at the curve like this, it looks a little less daunting, more like a real deck. You'll notice I cut some of the more aggro cards like Rush of Battle and Take Up Arms, because I don't think they're going to be very good in this deck, given that we didn't end up with enough aggression. I could play some bad cards, like I could play this Awaken the Bear, I guess, but we ended up with so much removal that I don't want to, like, I wouldn't have to take any of these away. Like, maybe one of them is better than the Lamasu's or something, like a kill shot, but I think this is actually the main way we're going to be winning games, as much as I hate to say it. Flying is actually at a premium in this set. There's not a whole lot of things that can deal with this. Gets through Sagu Archer, gets through Sultai Scavenger, although I'd much rather have a Sultai Scavenger in this deck than the Lamasu's. But it's just it's a dragon, basically, and hopefully we'll have enough gas to either hold off the board until this can get there, or get him to low enough where this can finish the job. So I think this is what I'm going to end up submitting. I'm trying to figure out if I want to play another forest, but I don't think I do, because this is the only actual green card we have. Our mana is pretty good, though. We have 3 dual lands for white-black, so I don't have to worry about that. My only consideration is how I'm going to win games, and I think we're just going to be Lamasuing some people, so pretty unconventional end to the draft. Did not end up the way I thought it would, but I think we have a fighting chance, so let's head into round 1.